Hello everybody and welcome back to the YesEpicYes channel. Now today we are going to be bringing you another unboxing. This is a bit of a weird one. I simply had to record this because this here is the package that I received. Now there's a big old sticker that says microbit. There was a big old sticker just really badly placed on the back with my address that I'm surprised it even got through the shipping service, but I just went ahead and ripped that off, and this is now what I'm left with. Some of you may or may not have watched the recent video, and it depends on whether the YesEpicYes team decides to put this video out first or the next video out first, but I have in fact bought a Lumix GH5, which for people who don't know what the hell that is a DSLR camera that is very good at shooting video. It's 4K and extremely high quality. Now, when you get a camera that's extremely high quality, there's not issues, but at the same time, there's a certain amount of stuff that you have to overcome. For a start, you're going to have to spend a little bit more on your lenses to get better video quality. You're going to have to spend more on your microphones because you can't just put in a €30 lapel mic or something like that. Because the amplifiers in these aren't like on your smartphones. They're not going to do all the work for you. So unless you're very good at something like sound design or that, putting a €30 microphone into a €1,000 worth of a camera is going to leave you with some negative results. But there is also other boundaries. For a start, because you're shooting in 4K or 4,000 pixels-ish, you have a very large resolution. Now what that means is that every pixel on the screen, as there are a lot of them on this screen, is a piece of color basically. And when you scale up your resolution, you give more pixels. So let's say this one piece on my face, if you put this in 720p, it maybe would be, say, the tip of my finger would be 20 pixels. Now that is very wrong, but if you then put it in 4K, it might be 200 pixels. So you get a much denser, higher quality, better resolution, better color grading, and just generally speaking, better video. It's why Netflix looks so damn good, and YouTube looks mediocre even though they're mainly shot in the same resolutions. So, back to what I was saying. With that high resolution, it means that the camera itself is giving a huge amount of data. You're storing a huge amount of digital media. And with that means you have to buy a very expensive SD cards or storage devices for the camera. Because with that amount of storage being needed, you have two barriers. First, you're going to need a lot of storage, and second, you're going to need high rates of transfer so that the camera, with all of its information, can give the SD cards that information without a backlog, because video doesn't wait around. It's not going to give you seconds for the next frame to be transferred. It has to do it quickly. Now, because of the fact that our DSLR cameras have been getting so good so recently, companies have come out with a new standard, which is V. And you'll see it on some of the newer SD cards. It'll have a little V, and it'll have 90, 60, or 30. And this basically is a grade for the amount of data that can be transferred. Now, I know that this is quite difficult to understand, so stick with me. I will get into the unboxing now. But because these V's give your different grades of data transfer, it means that the more advanced cards are going to be more expensive to buy and make, because you need to have more contacts, more digital storage, and more ability to transfer higher rates of speed. So with that out of the way, I have been doing a very large amount of research into DSLR cameras and their SD cards. The best ones on the market are by Sony, I believe, and they're called Toughest. But you could set yourself back €400 for one SD card, a 128GB SD card. What I bought here is what I assume a Lexar 2000X Professional Gold. Now, they are generally speaking budget, but they do the exact same thing. They have extremely good reviews, and it has in fact been tested to work with the Lumix GH5. So, what does that all mean? Basically, it means that I can get the exact same purposed SD card as the Sony for about a quarter-ish of the price, a little less than a quarter, or a little more than a quarter. Each SD card sets you back between 150 to 200 euro, depending on special offers or deals. The two SD cards that I bought on eBay secondhand, and they set me back 295 euro. So that's around 150 euro each, a little less. But this is what they've come in. This mangled up, sellotaped up box is what they came in. Like, this is ridiculous. Anyways, so I am going to go ahead and unbox these now. Finally, I know, I'm really sorry, that was a lot of explaining, but I wanted you to get an understanding as to what the SD cards were for, why I was buying them, and why they are so damn expensive. So these are meant to be brand new, and I bought them from eBay, and they were very cheap in comparison. And they were very cheap in comparison to what I would have expected from eBay. Generally speaking, eBay, if you're buying second hand, you get good deals, but generally speaking, if you're buying new, you don't, because there's PayPal fees on top of everything. They take their own tax for selling on eBay and then using PayPal. So I was very surprised, but man, these are not... This is so difficult to get into. There is just so much unnecessary sellotape on this damn box. And I would usually be fairly good with not using a knife, but I could really use a knife right now. Okay. We're almost there. There's just a couple more corners here. There's one. Let's go with this one here. Wow, ow. Okay. So this is, well, two things. First of all, this is not the Lexar packaging. And second of all, I don't know if you can see what's inside of this, but this here is not a Lexar SD card. That is, in fact, a Samsung SD card. A 256 gigabyte Samsung SD card, which is good, but most certainly not what I bought. Well, that is extremely disappointing because that was a very expensive purchase and I've just lost my SD card. I'm now going to have to go back onto eBay. I'm going to have to get a refund. I will be able to replace the SD cards because the market value and the value that I bought them at is not insanely different. I can definitely afford it, just not happily. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you are in fact new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. It would mean a lot. We publish videos extremely regularly. Make sure to also go ahead and leave a comment on the video and check out our social medias in the description. Thank you all for watching and we will see you all in the next one.